It's the drug that stops at nothing.
It's taken my children, my freedom, my teeth, my looks, my ability to function in society.
It has a dozen names: Crystal, Ice, Tina, Crank. Most just call it meth, short for methamphetamine. It's more powerful and cheaper than cocaine.
Your typical hit can keep somebody high anywhere from 6 to 12 hours.
And you can make it in your own backyard.
If you can make chocolate chip cookies, then you can cook methamphetamine.
Now, correspondent Lisa Ling takes an inside look at how meth works, where it's hitting and who it's hurting. We'll uncover how meth destroys its victims, body, mind, and soul. As we take an in-depth look at what many are calling the world's most dangerous drug.
On a cold winter's night in Geneva, Nebraska, a policeman pulls over a truck with a missing taillight. Inside are 20-year-old Janelle Hornicle, a junior at Creighton University, and her boyfriend, Michael Wamsley.
You have your license, registration, insurance with you? You didn't signal back at 13th and after your back taillight's out.
The officer warns them to fix the light, but they seem confused. They ask him for directions.
Well, we're going south. I'm lost east of here. Pacific in Geneva.
The street they're searching for is located in Omaha, 100 miles away. With a snowstorm coming, the cop points them towards the highway and lets them leave. What he doesn't know is that the couple is high on a drug with a growing popularity among young adults. It's called methamphetamine, and before the night is over, the couple will be in trouble again, pleading with 911 operators to help save their lives.
They told me they've locked us all up in these trees up above Mandalay Apartments on Pacific. Why won't they let us out?
Methamphetamine is an upper, a super strong kind of speed that packs a punch 3.5 times more powerful than cocaine. It's a cheap drug. One hit of meth, about 1/4 of a gram, can cost as little as $25. Users snort it, swallow it, smoke it, and shoot it straight into their veins. A single hit can keep someone high for as long as 12 hours. It's not surprising that in the last 10 years, meth use has exploded. In the U.S., the drug hit the western states first and hardest. In Oregon, nearly 10,000 meth users sought treatment in a single year. Moving eastward, the drug swept through farm states like Nebraska. 12 million Americans say they've tried meth at least once, and it's just starting to penetrate large cities in the east. Methamphetamine recognizes no borders. Its reach is global and growing. An estimated 26 million worldwide use the drug. In the dance clubs of London, it's known as a party drug, Tina. While some South African youth are hooked on a version called T. Australia is home to an estimated 70,000 meth addicts. Back in Portland, Oregon, those who've seen meth take hold over the last 15 years warn that the drug isn't just a passing phenomenon. It's sunk its teeth into this community, and it won't let go.
The people that are using meth are the people who are committing the crimes in their neighborhoods.
Any valuables in the car?
Officer Mike Kranz works the meth beat for the Portland Police Department.
If I've 6 years ago when I worked the street, we didn't see nearly as much meth that we see now, and as much people that are high on it or affected by it or crime that was driven by it.
We're not criminals. We work for a living.
I believe you. Spread your feet out for me.
Meth keeps Officer Kranz busy, pulling cars over, checking people out. He's looking for telltale signs of meth use.
Friend's car, he says.
Stolen goods, needles, false IDs. Meth users commit an estimated 85% of the property crimes and identity theft in Oregon.
Now it's like the number one cause of crime. If you talk to people, somehow their life's being affected by meth.
Is meth a big problem in this neighborhood?
Yes, it is. I mean, that stuff is poison and it's destroying everything, you know?
How often are you seeing these tweakers out here?
Every morning. I mean, all the time. They're just messed up because that's poison that they're putting in their bodies, you know, straight poison.
In Portland jails, 1 in 4 inmates test positive for meth when arrested.
Your mind goes first. You know, your mind be the first thing to go. You start talking about things that ain't even real. You start, seeing things. Eventually, you start hearing things.
And the more you use, the worse it gets. You lose control. You cannot control this drug.
I've been clean since only the 6th of this month.
One of those witnessing the flood was Deputy Brett King, a corrections officer with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. Brett King began reviewing the records of inmates with a history of meth use. What he saw shocked him.
Okay, thank you. In my line of work, I've seen the full gamut of drugs: cocaine, heroin, LSD, PCP, marijuana, alcohol. But methamphetamine in particular got my interest and concerned me because it's so insidious. There isn't anyone it doesn't touch. It blows away anything else out there.
You're 27 years old and you've been doing meth since you were 12. That's 14 years.
I look about, I'm 27, I look about 40.
King had never seen a drug damage users so severely. These people looked like the living dead.
There were a couple people that stand out in my mind as catching my attention right off the bat. This guy is the first guy. This guy is the guy that really got my attention. He looked tough. He looked like a guy that you didn't want to mess with. He looked healthy and strong. And then you see him in a second picture and he looked helpless, just pitiful.
King started looking through the digital records of more meth users and found that the pictures alone told a devastating story.
It was apparent almost immediately when you saw their picture. I kind of knew that they were on meth. All I had to do was do a little bit of digging to confirm it. But it was a pretty reliable effect with this drug.
To help document this new phenomenon, King began making videos of people coming in high on meth.